So since the recent update, there's been a lot of changes to builds and skill tree, and a lot of people confused about which builds to use and what skill trees and what to level up and that sort of thing. Don't worry, I've got your back. So luckily, we've got an awesome person called Mmlh has done a skill build maker, like an SP optimizer. So this is his variation. I did a video previously that I did Parrot 6 Google sheet that does a build maker. This is Mmlh's. Some people say it's a bit more optimized, a bit user friendly. So this is the full guide on how to use it, how to make your build. I'll also give some suggestions what build you should be using, what equipment, and tips and tricks. So if you do like this, make sure you're clicking the subscribe button. And if you're wondering what all these lovely names are, these are all the people that have subbed over the last week. So thank you so much for subbing to my channel. It helps me out loads. And if you want your name featured in the scroll of the next video, just click that sub button and keep updating videos as well. So yeah, so all you need to do is go to the Tap Titans 2 Competing website. I will provide a link below. So you go to builds. Now normally on this website there are pre-builds made for you, and you can just optimize and change them, and they're all pre-set up. At the moment, the designers of the websites are not updating the builds at the moment because there's a lot more updates coming for Game Hive. I believe the next 2 updates at least are going to be skill tree based, so new skills, new variations of the trees. So they're waiting until all the updates have come out before updating them, because there's a lot of works involved. There's no point updating it and then 2 weeks later there's another update and they're updating it again. So they're waiting for all the skill updates, the skill trees and skill builds to come out. And once all the updates are out, this will be fully updated. But in the meantime, you can click on Mmlh's skill point optimizer. So it's just highlighted here. As I mentioned, all this will be linked below. Now, before you click on it, I would recommend to pick what build you want to use first. So there's clanship build, pet build, shadow clone build, heavy strike build. There is a dagger build, but that's not really optimized at the moment. So I would recommend, if you're brand new to the game, if you're quite new, use clanship build. It's very user friendly and it's very easy to get hold of and get power and push early on, right from the start of the game. So if you're brand new, clanship build. If you've played for a few weeks, you know you've collected a few pets and you know your way around optimizers and artifacts, then maybe choose pet build if you want to do a bit of active tapping. And if you're very, very adept and you've been playing it for months, you've got over 1,000 skill points, you've got good passives and good mana, you know what you're doing, then Shadow Clone and Heavy Strike could be the build for you. For now, I'll be using the clanship build. This is a shout out to Ryan. He messaged me personally asking if I can do a beginner's 200 skill point clanship build. So I'll be using that as an example. Thanks, Ryan. By the way, if you need to ask any questions to me, if you're polite and you're nice to the community, just ask me in Discord. I pretty much try to answer every question on my YouTube and Discord as I can every day. So yeah, just hit me up if you need any help. So clanship build. So this section here tells you what equipment you need to use. If you're ever struggling about, what helmet to equip, what sword, armor, aura, whatever, this tells you. So for example, clanship build says you should have your strongest critical damage, or all hero weapon equipped on your first one, so wherever the stronger that is. And then for the helmet, it should be all damage, ground hero damage, boss damage, or flying hero damage. So gain whichever is strongest. Now it's different for every build, so watch this and read the suggestions for your best outcome. So once you've done that, you know what equipment you set up with. Click on it. Always make a copy. This should prompt you to do so anyway, but if it doesn't, it just comes straight up. Make sure you go to, wait for it to load, you go to File and go down to Make a Copy. So if it doesn't say copy at the top left, say copy of optimizer, then go to File, Make a Copy. If you don't make a copy, you won't be able to interact with the Google Doc. It won't allow you to edit it. It'd be like stuck in view mode, which is what we don't want. Now you have multiple tabs at the bottom, starting with Stats, Inputs, and Settings. So that's where we're going to input all information to be used in the build. Second one is instructions. There's different languages, so not just in English, the whole context of the language, plus very lots of explanations, in-depth guides, step by step. So if you're ever stuck, read this. Hopefully this video cover all the basics, but if there's any glitches or anything you really want to delve into, like the formulas and how it works, this is the best place to look at. Now this section, the SP Optimizer, is where we'll be making our build. So this is where we'll be clicking the input the basically skills to get our skill build. Screenshot is the final product when you put all your skill points in. This is what you screenshot and save for basically further use, share it with your clanmates, whatever. Now, whenever there's an error, for example, the skill points are put in, sometimes this is not perfect, but it's the best we got, but sometimes it puts in place that won't work. For example, it might put its skill at the tier 3, but not unlock the skill before it. That will cause an error. This will turn all red and says basically you need to look at the skill tree and tweak it a little bit. I'll show you exactly what it means in a second. Make sure you watch the video right to the end, because things like this might happen, and the best way to learn is to watch this video, because I'll show you the errors and the tweaking that you need to do to make the best build, the best optimized build for you. Each build is different for each person, so the best way to do it is just to watch this to the end, pick up all the tips I can give you. Tools corner is just basic input stats. Hints, troubleshooting hints for getting some different builds to recommend different things. For clanship, it says Stroke of Luck should be at least level 6, and you can do Ash for pushing. So you can use Ash if you want to do a push build, but that needs at least 350 skill points or plus. Different fairy gold, for example, if you do using fairy gold income, do 4 to 6 on charm, etc, etc. So again, I would recommend to read this while making your build. And change logs is just about the updates and when the bugs and updates are being done. On your first tab, this is where we input them first. So choose your build. So you got clanship, shadow clone, heavy strike, pet, or dagger damage. These are the 5 main builds we have in the game at the moment. I'm going to choose clanship damage for our clanship build for boy Ryan. Now, the different gold income sources, your gold source type is PHOM, Fairy, Boss, and Chesterton. PHOM stands for Pet Harpmadas. That's pretty much the default beginners one. So if you just started, I'll recommend using that, mainly because most skill points will be towards that tree, that area, or the warrior tree with clanship build. Fairy, you need to really skip ads unless you're really bothered by watching adverts, and normally you need more skill points in that area, and you're not really in that area till later anyway. So most people use Pet Harpmadas for the first one, so PHOM. You can use Fairy, but again, you need to have Great Fame, Medallion, Artifact, and other gold sources to make it decent. So if you have, and you know what you're doing, pick Fairy. If not, pick PHOM. So total skill points, we're using 200 for boy Ryan, but we're going to update this. I'll probably update it to over 1,000, but I'll use that as a basis and update it as we go along. Ignore skill points if not enough SP and tree. Does what it says in the tin. If you've got enough SP, it would ignore it. I'll leave it on just for now. Downgrade, I just normally leave that ticked on. Downgrade mode is exactly what it says. If you've not got enough skill points, it won't allow it, and it goes down to, stays in that one, goes down to the next one. Dark mode, it makes the whole thing dark. I normally don't use dark mode, not on this, because this is quite dark. So it kind of hides this and makes it hard to see the night tree. So kind of leave that one. It's up to you if you're not in dark mode. Now hero, that's your strongest hero, but when your skills are not activated, I'll load up and I'll show you which sections you need to look at to be filling in, so what areas. So hero is your strongest hero at your max stage without any skills activated. So for example, if I was at my max stage right now, I've got no skills activated, it will be this person, Damien of Darkness, would be my strongest hero, because that's my active one. It's not, but I'm just using an example. Well, I'm just putting, yeah, there you go, Damien. Ascension, so when you first start, so if I bring this back up again, if you notice around the border, I've got like this lightest blue, like cyan, whatever it's called, color there. And then you've got gold. So when you first start, you've got no border. So if you're a new player, chances are you have no ascension. Well, you will have no ascension. So click no ascension. And then I believe your first one is green, blue, yellow, or gold, and then light blue. So as you can see, 3 and 4 I've got is gold, and then this light blue, because that's 4 is the last one. So if you just started, just put no ascension, and if it's, I believe it's green blue. I always get those two mixed around if it's either blue first or green first, but I'm pretty sure it's green first. So that's what the ascension means. And these equipment sets, so you can tick them if you've got them. So you go to your equipment icon, go to crafting, and you have to have a full set active. So if you've got them, click them and just click through the lot. Chances are Ryan probably won't have any sets completed yet if he's got 200 skill points, so I'll leave all this blank. Lucky Foot is an artifact, so this is a quality of life artifact. Now we say quality of life, it basically just means capped artifacts. So capped artifacts, exactly what they say. They have like max stage of like 30, 40 or 50. I think 50 is the highest. I recommend if you do get these just to max them out straight away because they're out of the way. And most of them are very good anyway. So if you have got it maxed, then yeah, you basically just look to make sure you definitely got it. And if you've got it maxed, then you click on that. I will have it maxed. I don't know what I'm looking for. So you click on that. All probability slash if it's not on main slash. What that basically means, go to your equipment and go to your slash. This one, I'm trying to go through every tip. I was going through all of it. So if you want to know what the names of equipment are, so you got sword, helmet, chest, aura, and slash. That's the name of those equipments along the top, just in case you're wondering. So you go to your slash, and if you've got slash probability, which I have, click on it. This is the probability stats. You type in what it is. So mine's 1.142. Normally, if you're new or if you got a bonus on it, it'd be like 1.1 or something like that, or 1. But I've got 1.142. Again, Ryan probably won't have that, so I'll just keep it at 1. But that's where it is, and that's what we look at. Critical stats. Now, what I'd recommend as well, when you're going for the skill tree, you don't have to do it, but I always reset my skill tree and leave it blank and update it and go along updating it at the same time I'm doing the sheet. That because some people, as I say with the Google Sheet, some skills can't unlock until you've unlocked the previous skill. For example, you'd be unlocking a skill sheet and it will say put two skill points in Fairy Charm, but it has 0 skill points in Will and 0 skill points in Badass. That means you can't actually unlock it, so you don't have enough skill points in there. So if you do it at the same time, you'd be like, oh, actually I need to spend 3 more skill points, so you know exactly how much you need to spend. So I recommend doing both at the same time, so you know which ones to unlock, and you can optimize the Google Sheet at the same time to make sure it's working properly. So it's not perfect, but it's the best thing we've got, and it's if it's tweaked properly, it's really good. It does work. So critical stats, as I said, reset everything so it gives you your true critical stats. Let's get rid of this. So that's go to your stat screen, which is the hero tab. Go to stats and your where is it? Critical chance. So it's under probabilities. So critical chance is 100%. So I'll change that. Again, I don't know what Ryan is, but I just put 100% for now. Cleave and strike level in-game build. So I don't know what cleave and strike level will be because we haven't optimized the build. So leave it 0. But once you start filling up the skill tree, if it recommends cleave and strike, you can go back and change it anyway. Craft and power level. So you go to your equipment. So this is the equipment tab. Click on craft and power, and it's at the bottom. So mine's 37. I don't know what Ryan's would be. Mine's probably be like 2 or 3 maybe by now, depending. So I'll put that in. These levels are your skill levels. So you go to your main tab. This is the sword one. So it goes to spells. Now, mine's set at 35, but yours should be set at 30 unless you've got the mythic set, Fallen Angel, which adds 5 levels for each spell. So if you haven't got the Fallen Angel, your default should be 30. So if it is, you leave it 30. See 30, chances are Ryan has, I'll leave it at 30. Taps per second, leave that at 10, that's fine. Max kill time, leave that at 8, that's default, that's fine. Companion Frenzy, I'm not too sure what that is, to be honest, so I'll leave that. Anchoring Shot, only for clanship. So if you want to use Anchoring Shot, clanmate or clanship. So if you want to use Anchoring Shot, which I'll recommend you do if you want to have a push build. So without Anchoring Shot, it basically makes you build faster. With Anchoring Shot, makes you basically push more. I would always recommend to have a push build because you want to be getting first place in tournaments to get you the best results. So again, I'll leave that because it's a clanship build. So what you then do once this is all filled in, which we've done that section, go to SP Optimizer, click, well, it's already got skill points in there, but I'll click Clear Tree. And what I'll do, leave it a couple seconds. It should only take 2 or 3 seconds. It will reset everything, and then see, look, it's getting rid of everything, resetting skill points, and it give you your skill points in. So I'll change that to Pet Heart Midas. So I'm changing the income to Pet Heart Midas because that's what you should have. So it's got skill points, use skill points left, and all you need to do is start ticking this section. The top one, the highest purple, is going to be the most most recommended, and the second recommended, and the third recommended. So you basically just fill these in. So it starts with 1 skill points, and you see clicking it until this skill points left start dropping down, and that is it. You've got to be a bit patient because it takes a couple seconds for it to update, but you keep clicking on them and it will slowly start updating the build. When we get close to like 100 skill points, I will show you. Sometimes, as I said, it's not perfect. It might do some errors. So if we go to screenshot, it's working now, but if it turns red, that's when we need to intervene and tweak a little bit. Now, if you've got loads of skill points, there's a couple tweaks I would recommend for you to untick off. I never use Poison Edge, so I take that off, or Forbidden Contract. The reason being, it's because Forbidden Contract uses a lot of mana and you have to actively tap it, and same with Poison Edge. With or without Poison Edge doesn't make much difference. I just don't like to actively happen to tap the screen. You can keep it in if you want. If you're very low on mana, I wouldn't do Forbidden Contract just yet. Wait till your mana builds up and then tick it back on. Those do push you a couple more stages, but you're talking about 50 or 100 stages. It's not like a big game changer. I personally don't like having to have a very super active build, so I always leave Poison Edge and Forbidden Contract off. That is totally up to you. Again, when we're talking about anchoring shot, so you can look to this. So I'm trying to squeeze to the screen. So again, if you don't want to use anchoring shot and you want your build to be faster, you untick anchoring shot, and then that will make your build faster, but you won't be pushing as much, so bear that in mind. So these kind of things you can tick off while building the build. Now I would recommend, if you're new and you start ticking it in and you noticed it's not updating a skill tree, I would recommend putting a couple of skill points in, and it will prompt it to start using it. So for example, I was going up to about 80 skill points and I noticed there was no skill points in the summoner tree yet. So to basically force it to be used, I put 2 points in, and now all of a sudden it's asking to put Heart of Midas in. So it's worth, like for example, if I put Summon Sorcerer, let's have a quick look, see if it makes any changes. No, it's made no changes to Sorcerer tree. If it was a fairy gold income, chances are it probably would start asking to put in Sorcerer, or maybe, you know, Lightning Strike if you're using Shadow Clone build, that sort of thing. So I would recommend, as I said, if you put like about 50-60 skill points in, or some, and it's only updating one skill tree or one section and the rest of these are still 0, just put 2 skill points in the first one and see if it automatically updates this. If it doesn't update, like, then you know it's okay to carry on, it's fine. So I did put it in, so it has prompted me to get some gold income. So now it's probably just gonna catch up. So yeah, it's gonna keep asking for Heart for a while, Heart of Midas, because it's just catching up with the gold income, and then I'll go back to normal as leveling up the other ones, doing that until I used up close to my skill point range. So skill points left, I've got 96. Cool. Every like 20 skill points or so, I have a quick look over to this section, the screenshot section, and as you can see, make sure you look at the hints impossible build. And the reason it's impossible build is because it's put skill points in a section, but it hasn't updated the ones before it. So if I look at the screenshot, you can see right there there's skill points at the bottom but none in the middle. So already straight away, like the skill point there, none in the middle, it tells me something's wrong. So let's have a look over to the build. So let's have a look what we got. All right, for example here, it's got Tactical Insight 2, but it's got nothing in Spoils of War. So if I was trying to do that in game, and as I said, it's a good example is to do this. If you forget to use screenshot as a prompt, then do this at the same time as your skill tree, and it will give you exactly the same. Well, you can see visually that it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So let's use this as an example. So I'll do 3 Musk Commander, 7 in Heroic Might, Area Assault. So everything's been unlocked. That's good. That's unlocked. That's good. That's unlocked. 1. But as you can see, I can't lock Tactical Insight. It's blocked because I haven't got 1 skill point in Spoils of War. Second, I put 1 skill point in. It's unlocked. 1, 2. So I put. All we need to do is put 1 in, and it will update it. Go back to the screenshot. It's still red, so there's somewhere else that's not working. So I have a look around, and there's the culprit. There's one in Dagger Storm, but because we unticked Poison Edge, and Summon Dagger hasn't got one either. And Deadly Focus has got 2. There's none in Cloaking and none in Ambush. So going back to in-game, let's have a look on the Rogue tree. So you've got 13 in Master Thief. Let's try that. 1 in Assassinate. 2 in Stroke of Luck. Again, look, we're stuck. We can't go anywhere else. So put 1 in Summon Dagger, 1 in Poison Edge, and then 1 Dagger Storm, because that's what's recommending. Ambush, 1. Cloaking, 1. And Deadly Focus, 2. And let's go back and update this to make sure it matches. And while I'm doing this, I might as well copy those ones as well. So let's go to the Summon tree. You probably can't see it because it's blocking my head. Let's put it this side actually. Summon tree, well, we've got 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. None there. We've got 2 there. And then have we got any in the Knights? Yes, so we've got 2 there. 6 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we caught up. And how many skill points we've got left? We've got 33 skill points left for our boy Ryan. So let's check that out. So just put a couple more in. Looking at screenshots back to normal. So we know we worked. We've figured out the problem. It's not red anymore. It's fixed. 16 points left. 9, 6. Yep, still fine. So we've got 6. I'll probably do what I recommend. I can either do Poison Edge, Tactical Insight, or Heart Madas. I'll probably go for Poison Edge. Well, I don't really like Poison Edge. So I'm going to go for Heart. And that's my last one. Go for the catch up. So that's all our skill points used. It's 200 exactly. So Ryan, this is your skill build. So this is what I recommend. So take a screenshot. This is your build, buddy. Right. So once you've done that, if you want to do more, just keep going. Keep clicking it as much as you can. I said it said run out, but all you need to do is add more in. Is go back to the first tab and then just update your skill points. So if you've got 1,000 skill points, like 1,200, add that, and then it'll update telling you how many skill points you've got left. And you just keep doing the same as before. Keep clicking on those 3. It takes a while, but once it's updated, I said you could look at it, tweak it, because I said it's not, you know, it's good, it does work, and it will help you push and it will help you go through it. You just need to use a bit of tweaking in case there's an error, you know, to unlock the skills before. If you want to do a push build, make sure you got a Anchoring Shot and Poison Edge if you want it. If you're having problems with mana, take away Forbidden Contract. Maybe you need to input some into Mana Siphon and Limit Break if you're struggling with mana, that sort of thing. So just use a bit of common sense, watch my videos for more tips. If you are struggling, leave a comment below. And if you have enjoyed this video and it has helped you, sub. Helps me. And also your name would be featured along in the next video at the bottom there. So I hope this guide has helped you and helps you explain how to use this document. Thank you very much to Mmlh for actually making this and updating it. You're an absolute legend. Link it all below. If you need to contact him, all his details are here. So also both Mordial and Joshua. Thanks guys. So again, if you want to contact, it's, you know, these are the guys that do it. You know, these are the guys that put it together. So great community. So apart from that, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.